Fear is a paralyzing emotion. Sometimes in life, even when we're doing good, we fear that we can lose it all. And it's a real thing that I think about at times. And very successful people and very middle class people, very poor people, everyone kind of has a fear that what you have can be taken from you. I always give the example of a storage unit. What I found is people that I know that have storage units that are very poor, there's a fear that they're not going to be able to get that stuff again, or they don't want someone to touch their stuff. Very rich people hoard money because they fear that their life would not be enjoyable enough without it. And, middle class people, same way. Everyone has this fear that somehow, some way, if we lose it all, what would happen to our lives? Great to see you, Infinity, on the members only chat. Great to see you, Tony. Yes, happy Friday, happy Good Friday. And of course, we're going to speak tonight in financial terms, but I will note, because it's worth noting, that your health is a major thing, because health is the main quality of life that we need. I shared a story yesterday. I was watching an interview with, I believe it was Brooke Shields, a famous actress who recently got into a serious health issue when she broke her hip actually in the gym, and she couldn't even walk, and she's going back through basic rehabilitation. Black Zone, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, Black Zone. Hey, Marcel, how are you? Good to see everyone. Gratitude. Good to see you, Nublia. And, when I had saw this interview where she had lost her health, and this is a famous rich woman, that when you lose all your health, you're going to need the help of others. There's no way around that, and, when you lose all your money, probably same thing. But like I tell you, there's two parts of life. There's emergency mode, there's surviving mode, and there's thriving mode. I guess three parts. Emergency mode is, look, all hands on deck. Surviving mode is, you're just doing what you can to stay above water. Thriving mode is you're surfing. You're living the dream. Okay. And, there's probably a wide range of that you may experience. Jesse, hey, Jesse, good to see you. Keep grinding, that's right. Jesse has been through the storms of bankruptcy and has come out on the other side. Brandon, great to see you. Shout out to Vegas, man. Brandon, thank you for being a member. I haven't seen you on here often. I want to thank you for your support. Love to you, man. Jesse says, I heard the fourth stimulus. This is insane. Inside source, don't quote me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. I think it's the stimulus before the storm. I think in the fourth quarter of 2021, I don't think it'd be a big thing. I just think that, society will normalize a little bit. But, like I say, fear keeps us from even enjoying today, because we're always thinking about the future, and we're paralyzed by the possibilities that there could be a catastrophe. And obviously we have to take precautions in life. But the message tonight is that what would you do if you lost it all, financially speaking? Well, one is you start working again, because your ability to earn income is the number one way you get out of a situation. Now, yes, there may be a level of bankruptcy to absolve a level of debt, but that doesn't solve the problem of income. That just basically solves the problem of, your net worth and the liabilities that you have. Someone asked me today, what is the difference, or what's some of the reasoning behind forming a business as far as the different entities? When I had to study for my electrical license exam, a quarter of the exam was based on business law, because they want contractors to be versed in what type of companies that you can create in America. And examples, there's LLC, which stands for Limited Liability Company. There's like an S corp, which is a type of corporation. There's a sole proprietorship, which is the basic, most easiest. Usually anything other than a sole proprietorship, you're going to get a special tax identification number with the IRS. And basically what happens when you form a company, a LLC or anything like that, is the reason behind it is to limit your liability. Whether it's a corporation or an official LLC, the purpose is to limit your liability. Because when you run a business, whether you are delivering something, whether you're installing something, or whether you're doing something, you are subject to lawsuits, you are subject to financial leverage, that maybe you take out loans in the business. And your life is a business. Even if you're never going to create a business, what I'm trying to get you to understand is one of the first things that people or entities do when they start to focus on a business objective is they shield their company to a certain degree through creating a structure of a business, a separate entity that has a separate tax identifier, so that if there is a serious issue with a lawsuit or with too much debt on the books, there could be a level of bankruptcy. Now some of that you're still liable for personally. Okay, there's a lot of legal terms when it comes to this, but this will help you understand a little bit of the mindset and how to deal with losing it all. Because if you lose it all, what you're trying to do, whether you're a business or whether you're a person, is you're trying to basically figure out, okay, what happens when you go bankrupt, whether you're officially bankrupt or whether you're, now we're going to talk in general terms, right? So obviously if your individual circumstance, you have to talk to a lawyer or whatever it may be. But in general terms, bankruptcy is that there is so much debt and there is not enough income, not enough assets to cover the debt. And there is no path to get to a point where it would seem feasible to pay the debt's minimum or get out of the debt itself. And so now you're stuck with trying to absolve the debt, okay, and then start over. So, let's just say you didn't have debt, right, and you were just basically lost it all, okay, and for whatever reason, right? So so let's just say you start at zero. Let's say right now you're blessed, you have $100,000 in a savings account, okay, and let's say tomorrow, for whatever reason, we can name so many, that that $100,000 is gone. Okay, tomorrow you wake up and you log on to your bank account and you have zero. What do you do? What do you do next? You work. You do something to provide an income. Okay, so that's what you do next, number one. Now, if you're a senior citizen and you're getting Social Security, then you get your Social Security. I mean, that's what you do next. Or, obviously if you're in the ability to work, whether you're younger or whatever, you wait. If you're on disability, whether or not you have savings, and a lot of times being on disability, you can't have savings under your name. Many times people move that money around because technically to be on disability or to be an SSDI, all these different things, you technically cannot have so much assets. So a lot of times what people do is they take their assets out of their name and they put them in cash funds or they put them in someone else's hands. And that's the thing. So like I said, guys, I've seen all people play the game, rich, poor, and in the middle. And, the rich thing is, look, yeah, maybe they have other assets, but they're under other tax identifiers and they have enough lawyers to keep, one hand going to the other. So, but the bottom line for the average person, if you live in fear on what to do next, it's kind of based around that premise that if you woke up today and nothing is in your savings, you basically, if you're a working age person and if you have your health, if you're not on disability or Social Security, you're going to do probably the same thing you're doing now. You're going to go to work. You're just not going to have this mental relief. You're going to be under a little bit more pressure. You're not going to be able to go out to eat or upgrade your car. You're going to be back in survival mode, emergency mode. Okay. So how do you mitigate risk? Well, one is you don't take too much risk. You don't do too much stocks based on your net worth. Like if you had $100,000 in a savings account, you shouldn't be trading $100,000 worth of account. You shouldn't be trading $100,000 worth of stocks or currency on leverage or anything else. It should probably be no more than 30,000, right? It should be somewhere around 30% of your net worth should be at risk. Okay. That way, again, if it's lost, there's, you could lose everything, but all you're doing is mitigating risk. Why should you have health insurance? Well, you should have health insurance because it's the number one cause of bankruptcy, medical bills. So if you don't pay insurances, even though I know insurances suck because, I was thinking about changing my car insurance and not getting rid of it, but just, lowering some of the payouts. But, in one sense, yes, the insurance company is making money on me, but in the other sense, there's a peace of mind in just mitigating my risk and being willing to pay a little bit more each month. That's what insurance is. And so all that health insurance, home insurance, car insurance, all that is protecting you from losing it all to a certain level. Okay. And kind of part of the game of life is that's what you're trying to do, shield your assets, because your assets give you empowerment to live the life you want to live. When you have no assets, you're still yourself, you still have talents, you're not measured solely by your money, but we're having an honest conversation about life and about what it is. Because believe me, if your pastor wakes up, whoever wakes up and they don't have any money, their sermon's going to be different, their life's going to be different, right? And money doesn't make you a better or worse person, but this is part of life, and mainly the fear. And so sometimes it's good just to talk it out, because many times, not all, but for the most part, you won't really do much different. Because again, if you're already retired, you're not going to lose your Social Security, you're not going to lose your Medicare. If you're already on disability, you're not going to lose your disability. If you're already on subsidized housing, you're not going to lose your subsidized housing. Many times in life, when you think about losing it all, and I guess mainly we're talking about any money that you may have in the bank or assets or investments or a business, what you're going to do, like many successful people from 50 Cent to Donald Trump to Dave Ramsey to Mike Tyson, is you're going to file bankruptcy, start over, use your talents and gifts, work. Mike Tyson went from being a heavyweight fighter to performing in Las Vegas for crowds, his life story. So you may get laid off from your great paying job and you may have to go back to working at Walmart, doing something until you get to the next step. And this is what life is, that movement, that flow. I wish that none of us lose it all. That's not my wish. But I wish to address the fear that we face every day, even when we're doing good. And for me, what would I do if I lost it all? Well, again, it's like, one is I'm already living what would happen to most people if they lost it all. So I kind of been doing that for 4 years. So to me, as long as I have my health, your health is your main thing. And if you lose your health and you can't take care of yourself, you're going to be in an assisted living program anyway. So that's another thing, check off the box. If you get to a point where you couldn't care for yourself, if you had money, you'd be in a nicer place. But if you didn't have money, you'd be in a state-run place. That's what's going to happen. But if you have your health and you lost it all, maybe you go through foreclosure, right? But again, one is foreclosures still in America aren't happening because of the coronavirus. That was the biggest scam, like Bob Wells and all these people tell you, there's record foreclosing, record people living in cars. Well, it's not because of evictions and foreclosures. That's still not going to happen until the fourth quarter. And that's still a natural part of the thing. It takes years. I lived with someone in my community during the housing crisis. They lost their house. And let me tell you what happened to them. They lost it all. Let me tell you what happened. It took them about 4 years to get evicted out of their house. Then, when they finally got foreclosed on, they left the community. They came back 2 months later renting. Okay. So there's this fear that somehow, it's like the world's going to end. And, again, it's a real fear. That's why we mitigate our risks. That's why we pay insurances. But a lot of it is mental. It's in your mind. A lot of things are in our mind. How people look at us. Most of the times you think everyone's looking at you. No one's really looking at you. You know what I mean? A lot of your insecurities are based in your own head, not in reality. And certainly I'm sure there's some truth in some of it, but it's who cares? So what I want to tell you tonight is we go through ups and downs in life. And we need to be cautious and mitigate risk. We need to mitigate risk because you'll probably lose most of your money taking too much risk. Not from someone robbing you, not from the system collapsing, but from you as an individual taking too much risk, period. And so as you get older and mature, mitigate your risk. Pay your insurances. You decide how much you need and what you need. You need health insurance. Pay, put a certain amount in a savings. If you're having a business, especially like electrical contracting business, when I had a contracting business, I formed an LLC, a limited liability company. Why? Because guys, if I'm in a house and if we're doing work and I leave the house and it goes up in fire, that's a huge liability doing electrical work. In New Jersey, there's a state law that you have to have at least $1 million insurance bond. Okay. So, now you don't pay $1 million. I don't know what my insurance was at that time, $500-600 a year, but that insurance covers you for up $1 million worth of damage. Okay. And all that is doing is mitigating risk so you don't lose it all. Okay. And so when people lose it all, the basic equation is there was too much risk, there was not enough stability, okay, reckless behavior, and what happens after that? Well, you start over, but in most instances, other than a mental thing and some luxuries, you're not able to eat or do whatever you want, eat whatever you want, you'll still be able to eat. No one starves in a first world country. No one. I challenge you, other than someone with a mental disability or someone going on a hunger strike. Remember, people go on hunger strikes in prison. So you starving to death is not a reality. Okay, it's not. So you not having shelter is not a reality. Now, you may not like it, but you'll be in subsidized housing. I have family on it. You may not like it, but then you work to get to another level if that's what you want, right? So the reality of you being homeless, and technically have been for 4 years, so I can tell you that reality. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say what I do is for everyone, but it's, guys, not the end of the world. A lot of people want to do what I'm doing. So the reality of you having the basic needs to survive if you lost it all. What's the basic needs to survive? Shelter, food, water, and oxygen. That's it. Where's my man Adam Bushcraft? He does this stuff. You basically need 4 elements. Okay. And basically, in just about any country in the world, even third world countries, you're pretty much going to be able to get that. Okay. So if you lost it all, you'd probably miss out on some luxuries. You probably wouldn't be eating coconut shrimp. You probably would not be able to do some things you want to do. You're just going to do that. Okay. Maybe you pick up a couple extra hustles. And mentally is the big thing. Mentally is the fact that now when you log onto your account, there's not 6 zeros, there's 1 0. Okay. And that's look, that's a huge thing. That's all it is when we look at our account growing and we don't want to go, there's a security blanket. Okay. So I hope me talking this out tonight helps you in some way. We're going to get ready to go all live comments, and I appreciate all my members. Thank you. You want to be a member, click that blue join button. I show up every day, do the best I can. And what I want to tell you tonight is live each day. Be cautious of taking unnecessary risks. But remember that I've asked many people, what would they do tomorrow if they hit the lottery? And many people, other than buying some luxury items or a bigger house or a house for their mom or paying off their friend's debt, other than that, most people I've met would not do much different. And, if they didn't make more than 3 million, a lot of people said they wouldn't even quit a job. If they made more than 5 million, some people say, yeah, I quit my job, but I'd still eventually, maybe I'd do something. Maybe I'll, run a nonprofit. Maybe I'd go whatever, So, so a lot of times in life, I always thought that interesting because damn, a lot of people who hit the lottery, not much would change in their life. Other than some luxuries, and that's it. Look, it's a great thing. But every time I go into the gas station, I see people playing the lottery. And I understand it because I have some investment, same thing. And we want to get ahead. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a nurse working overtime to get ahead. There's nothing wrong with a construction worker doing side jobs to get ahead. What steals your extra money? Addictions and too much risk. You will lose it all mainly because addictions, too much risk, or relationships. So in most instances, the bottom line conclusion is if you lose it all, a lot of times, it's come down to you and who you are. Because if you have an addiction, like you're probably going to lose it all anyway, right? If you're in a toxic relationship, you're probably going to lose it all anyway, right? So, a lot of times we cause our own suffering. And I'm speaking even from my own experience here. Okay? This is my observation on this topic tonight. And so as I get older, now I say the other things: lower your expenses and increase your income. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But I want to tell you on this Good Friday that to lose it all is a psychological thing mainly. There is a thing rooted in reality. But for the most part, life keeps going, and so will you. And living in fear is not a good thing because it prohibits us enjoying even when we do have it. It's like even when we have everything, we can rob ourselves of that because we fear of losing it. And that's why I tell you, if you are doing good, don't take too much risk because you already are to a big extent where you want to be. Okay. You don't have to be uber where you want to be. You know what I mean? And so I hope this message helps you in some way. I'm going to take a hydration break. We're going to go all off comments. And I appreciate everyone joining. Thank you. And thank you, Black Zone, again, for that gracious super chat. Love to you. Love to everyone out there, guys. Just bringing up my laptop here, so bear with me. And thank you for listening. Yeah, shout out to everyone. Shout out to all my good-looking members out there. I got a crush on you, all right? But I'm not going to call you out by name because then they're going to say, oh, what about me? I said, well, you're the ugly one. Now, everyone looks good. Oh, yeah. All right, all top live comments. Infinity, thank you again, brother, for everything you do for me. You've been here for a long time, man. Thank you. Tony, same thing with you, man. You changed your life and you keep the faith. He says, happy Good Friday, Sam and everyone. Yes, Good Friday is a Jewish and Christian origin. Jewish because I believe it's end of Passover, and that's where Jesus was going to celebrate Passover in Jerusalem. And then basically what had happened was the religious leaders decided to make their stand, and they basically accused him of crimes. And basically he was crucified for blasphemy, claiming to be God. That was, and at that time, the country was not run by religion. It was run by Rome. And the government, which was basically a Greek, European type government, really didn't care about religion. It was that, like, they allow religion, but it really wasn't like their thing. You know what I mean? So they were like, look, we don't want nothing to do with this. It's just shit about religion. But what they found was that they wanted to kind of keep the peace, to keep the economy going. They didn't want problems. And that's like, take another note, like a lot of time, well, let me just keep going. So basically what happened, eventually there was enough civil unrest where the Roman government said, look, what's going on here? How can we keep the peace? And bottom line is there was basically a trial going on. And the religious leaders, because again, Jesus was Jewish and all of his followers were pretty much Jewish. It was beef amongst themselves. Like, so Jesus was Jewish, the religious leaders were Jewish, and it was a beef about how they were looking at religion. Okay, and they had two different, basically, divisions. Same thing, like, if you look at the Muslim countries, it's Sunni versus Shiite. It's the same religion, but it's different interpretations. You know what I mean? So that's what was happening. So there was two different, like, tribes or whatever. Like, Jesus was like, this is how you look at it. The old school religious leaders like, now this is how you look at it. So that came to a head. They charged him basically with blasphemy, and Roman government really don't want nothing to do with it, but they said to keep the peace, fuck it, that's what you want. They end up releasing like some murder, and they crucified Jesus and two other people. And that's what Good Friday is, like the ultimate sacrifice, whatever. And then on the third day, Easter, the Easter Bunny Day, is that people believe that Jesus rose again in the spirit. So like that's like the Day of Hope. Obviously, it has other origins, with the Easter Bunny and stuff like that. But in theology talk, that is the basic summary of a Passover, which leads into Jesus' story, which leads into Easter, which leads into eventually a whole new religion. But it all comes from a thing. So again, you can look at any religion, okay, and you can also look at human evolution, and you can see how humans are trying to understand themselves better, trying to keep peace in society better, and trying to move forward and not be paralyzed by fear. Even in the scriptures, a lot of people say, well, Jesus didn't rise again. Peter didn't recognize him. A lot of people said they were making it up. There's a big debate there if he ever even rose. And, when Jesus came back and he was trying to convince Peter, it's me, he was saying, like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Fear is something, it's like fear and faith, right? I believe that faith has value, not through religion, which I got stuck in a little bit, but still good because I seeked it, but through faith. But look, again, if life gets hard enough for any of us, we'll turn into Job. We'll curse God eventually. Moses committed suicide, basically. If you read the scriptures, Moses didn't get to the promised land. After he killed 3,000 people and got people close to the promised land, he died on a rock because he asked God to kill him because he got tired of living. So if you read a lot of the scriptures, and I mainly know the Bible, the New Testament, Old Testament, Torah, I don't know too much of the other religions because I mainly grew up in America. That's the mainstream one. I mean, obviously I know, Hinduism, Islam, what are the other ones? The Buddhist, so there's so many. I mean, now that we're interconnected through the internet, we see that there's other religions, there's other philosophies, right? So, it's a combination of all these things. And what we're trying to do is we're watching a live feed and we're trying to pull out what can we learn. And even when we pull that out, we still have to experience life on our own, and we still have to mature, and we still have to figure things out. And kind of like Jesus's whole thing to the old school religious leaders was, look, I'm not trying to abolish what you believe. I'm trying to refine it, but people don't accept, revising history. People don't accept, amending things. People don't accept, not easily, people don't accept change. People cling to the past. The storage unit is the greatest example in the world. And so, remember that when you think about human nature. It's an interesting thing. I got way off track, but thank you, Tony. I love you, man. Marcel, hey, Sam, what's up, brother? Shout out to the UK. Have a pleasant week. And I plan to. Today was good. I had today off. So it's a holiday. I believe it's a national holiday here in America anyway. I'm not sure about the UK or other parts of the world. Stock market's closed, so it's got to be a national holiday. When they close the stock market, I think the bond market may have been open, but stock market closed. So, but I had a good day. It was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. It was a little cool front because it was low humidity, but it was very nice, enjoyable sleeping weather. I looked at a hybrid plug-in, a Kia Niro today. I looked at a home base. There was an apartment I was looking at, but it went under contract. I don't know if I would go back to an apartment or a condo type thing. But I really felt content today. I didn't feel too anxious. I had a nice morning cup of coffee, had a nice workout. And I just really enjoyed my time because I didn't have to rush around today. I just really took a nice, even pace. I didn't take any naps. I don't believe in naps unless you're very sick, because I believe keep your healthy sleep cycle even when you have off. But let's go back live comments, guys. I'll take a hydration break first. Black Zone, thank you again, man, for that super chat. I really appreciate that, man. I hope you're doing good, and I appreciate you coming in. Love and gratitude to you and all my members, brother. Nublia, what's up, man? Great to see you, Nublia. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a lot. Jesse, she's my first ever member. And I'll never forget that, Jesse. I hope you're still in here. Hey, Sam, keep grinding. That's right. You're a fighter, Jesse. You're a fighter. You got a positive spirit, and you're a strong, loving woman. I believe you're a woman. I never know on YouTube, but I'm gonna believe you're a woman. So, but it's good that you keep going forward. You got to keep going forward, guys. Brandon, great to see you, man. Shout out to Vegas. You had Tyson when he had to start from nothing. When Tyson lost everything, and that's very hard. Like I saw him in an interview recently on Vlad TV before his fight with Roy Jones, which was basically just a money grab. I saw him get interviewed, and Vlad was pressing him like, asking him about having like 500 million and losing it all. And Tyson was getting a little bit upset. He was like, "Look, what can you do? And, you lose it, money comes and goes." Now, of course, Tyson wants that money. Tyson, a capitalist, guys. This guy, again, he opens up the Vegas skit. He does a podcast. Now he's in the weed business because it's legal. He does the Roy Jones fight, which was basically a money grab. Guys, Mike Tyson is not socialist, guys. I hate to break it to you. He's not. This guy's capitalist, okay? He supported Trump. I don't know if you guys know this. Mike Tyson supported Donald Trump. Why? Because when Mike Tyson got locked up in the 90s for that rape case, you know who backed him? Trump. Because Trump said that girl came to his hotel after hours. She knew what was up. That's what happened. And like, if you look back at Tyson's interview when Trump was running, he was like, "I'm rocking with Trump." Now look, guys, Tyson is a predator. I mean, he's even said it. He stole, he's a psycho, but he even said he's like triple bipolar. So, but these are all things you have to remember, guys. Okay. Oh yeah, Jesse talking about that fourth stimulus. I don't know. I think we're in the stimulus before the storm. We'll see how the fourth quarter goes, but I think we'll be fine. We have to level out a little bit. You don't want too much inflation. Look, would I be mad at UBI? No. Why? Because look, to me, as long as there's not mass inflation, the people who want to work will work. The people that don't will just get by or have to live with someone else. The people that can't work or on disability or are very elderly, look, I hope that they continue to get help. I mean, they have programs for them now. I got family members on them. And I hope that, I got no problem with it. For me, it's like, I don't know, I mean, obviously the main concern is you just don't want to see too much inflation where the whole society suffers. And that's not healthy. It's not healthy for housing to go up 30% every year, for RVs to go up 30%. That's not healthy. Now, it's not healthy for them to go down 30%. There's got to be some type of balance. Now, everyone with a house says, "Oh, well, don't say that." Well, then don't say anything about UBI, because the whole reason housing is up is because the Federal Reserve, the government, lowered the interest rate, not because of stimulus checks, right? And all you tight Republicans, don't say, "Look at gas went up." Yeah, but you got a $1,400 stimulus check, and that'll pay for, gas for the next, 2 years. So look, guys and girls, okay? Bottom line is the economy has not collapsed, okay? It hasn't collapsed since 2008, since Bush. Yeah. So bottom line, guys, we've been on an upward trend, okay, for what, since 2008? What is that? 13 years now, okay? So guess what, guys? Under a Republican and a Democrat, now another Democrat, guys, we've been going up, okay? So everyone hold on to your horses. Go masturbate to your Zillow estimate. Go put a second bid on a house. Go buy an RV. Go masturbate to your savings account. Go masturbate to your brokerage account. Because I know that everyone's a capitalist, including the religious folk, including everyone, including the poor, the rich, and the middle. Okay? And the psychopaths, okay, who do no fab and claim that they don't care about money, they thank God they got their house through a foreclosure. They thank God, okay, that they can live, okay, off whatever they got from what they got it from, and now they could coast, okay? So what I want to tell you is this, guys, don't live in fear, okay? Because a lot of you motherfuckers are basically fear mongers to yourself, okay? And I understand it, because I got to catch myself, okay? I'm human, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Jesse, I love you. She goes, "This is a great topic. Thank you. I try to pick different topics, but structure them around, general philosophy of my channel. And when you have an idea, write it down on your phone, put a reminder. Why? Because creativity comes in waves. And when you get a wave, you write it or you document it, okay? And then you pick it up later. Good job. Inside. Oh yeah, I read that. This is a great topic because I lost it all. Thank you for sharing. And now I'm close to getting it back to where I started, net worth wise. Well, that's very encouraging. I'm very happy for you. You've done it the right way and you've stayed positive. Now, what I want to tell you is mitigate your risk. Why? Because the gambler's mantra is, let me get back to zero. The person who never gambled never had to get back to zero. So it's good that you take risks, though, because the person who never takes risks basically never lives. And shout out to my man, Gilbert from Queens, conservative guy. He said that, and I agree with that. Because if I didn't take risks, I wouldn't have failed, but I also wouldn't have lived. However, as you get older, mitigate risk and enjoy life. Good job. But still take risks, just mitigate them. Good job. And I always try to remember my failures. Like now when I look at home bases, I try to think about all the things in the 15 years of having a home. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? When I get a direct deposit from my job, I think about what lessons have I done wrong with my money? What have I done right? Most of my money loss has come from two things. One is taking too much risk and losing it in an investment, or two is living above my means. So my basic philosophy is create an income through a stable source, some type of job or side hustle that you're going to get paid off of. If the market goes up or down. And avoid two things. High risk that'll cause you to lose money, not just the reward to make money, but lose. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it has to be a certain percentage of your net worth, 30%, whatever. And avoid living above your means. Know your budget. If you do those two things, it's not a guarantee that you won't lose it all, because there's no guarantees in life. But there is a higher level of peace and stability and focus in your life and maturity. Good job. And I hope you get it all back and more, Jesse. Downsizing supercharged this process. Expenses were too high. Yeah, well, that's part of it. Now, the other part you got to watch is taking too much risk. I know you just got into workhorse stock recently, and I hope that goes off for you. I think you bought at a good price, but we don't know. That can good to go down. We don't know. So, like I say, guys, too much risk and living above your means. Now, the problem with people who try to just cut their expenses, what I've seen is there's an algorithm of poverty. People think that they can live a very cheap life and not have income. And what they find out is, can't do that. You still need income. So never forget it. Good job. Tony said, Tony's feeling positive tonight. He goes, love to all those who have faced losing it all, and love to all those who have rebounded back from it. Tony, you on fire tonight, man. I feel the joy of the Lord coming from you, man. Tony, good job, Jesse. Tony, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Marcel, I got up early today. That's great. You should make that a everyday habit. At 5 a.m. Everyday habit, 5 a.m. 6 a.m. is the borderline. If you're waking up at 7 a.m. or past them, you're going to lose it all eventually. Why? Because you already lost the day. You lost your time. You never get that back. You're going to rush in the morning to drink your coffee. You're going to rush to get where you need to get. And then you're going to be so worn out, you have to take a nap. And then you're not going to be able to sleep at night. And then that cycle continues. So if you're not waking up at 5 a.m., guys and girls, unless you're working a night shift, if you're not waking up at 5 a.m., guys and girls, you're basically destroying your life. He goes, I had an awesome workout. There you go. And barbecue. All right. With family. Well, all right. That's your thing, not mine, but I appreciate you. I feel worlds apart from where I was 2 months ago. That's awesome. Self-care. Self-care is the answer for 99% of all our problems. Excellent job, Marcel. Financially, I feel I have enough, and I have no debt. Excellent. I struggle if I would ever take on debt again, but I'll tell you, I'm very cautious not to have debt again. He goes, he has no debt and have a good chunk of cash saved up. There you go. Now, inflation can kill cash savings. That's the biggest thing many savers are faced with now. So, but too much risk can cause you to lose money, not just keep what you have. So it's a balance. Jesse, looking back, I can't believe I was paying $2,500 rent out of college. That's okay. That was about my mortgage payment. I was so out of touch. Me too. That's part of immaturity, learning, and growing. So there's no shame in that. Andre, great to see you, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to Central Jersey. Andre, man, I know you're not gay, but I'm going to say, man, I'm looking good in this lighting tonight. I'm not saying that to you, but I'm saying that to all my chicks out there, the good-looking ones. Eat your heart out, man. I'm looking good tonight. All right, this lighting got me looking good. You got to shave my head, too. Yeah, I'm looking good tonight, okay? So what I could tell you is this, guys. All right. Uh, you know, I'm feeling myself. Good job. Nublia, testament of time. Yeah, everything takes time. That's true. Good job, Marcel. At Jesse, wow. Oh shit! Someone says you're looking good. $20 super chat from Wendy. Wendy, I thought you were turquoise blue. Thank you so much. Thank you for being you. Well, Wendy, thank God I shaved, okay? Because when a stripper comes looking subpar, no one wants to tip that stripper. I'll tell you that much. I remember last year when I was broadcasting live during the coronavirus in New Jersey, freezing my ass off in spring. Because spring in New Jersey is basically November. It's cold as fuck, okay? And I'll tell you this, guys, you don't want to go back up north till the end of May or beginning of June. Why? Because Florida's still where it's at for me. Wendy, gratitude. God bless you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to tell you, thank you. Great tat, Sam. Well, I appreciate that very much. Hey, guys, look, I want to sex you out, okay? I want to give you a good show. Because I went to the strip club at a certain point in my life and I got something out of it. Now, I left the strip club at a certain point because you got to leave. But thank God that I can not just give information because I want to, not just inspire because I really want to. But hey, guys, look, if I can fulfill your sexual needs virtually and give you some eye candy and make you fantasize, I'm all for that, okay? Because I want to make the world a better place, okay? That's part of my job. Thank you, Wendy, very much. I sincerely appreciate that. No joke, no bullshit. And I thank you for being here for a long time. And, you just stuck with it. So I hope that good things happen for you. Sincerely mean that, not bullshitting you. And keep pushing forward. Take care of yourself. And love to you. Appreciation. Wendy said, had to change back. Well, that's your choice. I'm not mad at you. Messed with my professional Gmail name. I understand. There's a saying that change as many times as you need until you feel you're at a good place. So, that's how I feel at this point. To me, as long as no one's busting my chops, I got no problem with people doing what they need to do for them. Because I've changed a lot. There was one season of my life, I changed my phone number like 3 times in 1 year. So, I understand. You got to do what you got to do for you. And I totally get it. Back to live comments. Marcel says, Jesse, that's a large sum. Did Jesse say how much he lost? I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, she did. Oh, no, it's talking about the $2,500 rent. Oh, shit. Keith said I'm looking good, too. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that, brother. God bless you, Keith. Get down to Florida. What I want to tell you, Keith, you know what it is. That Florida got you all happy. I got Florida videos coming, guys. I got driving in Florida in the tropics coming. I want to tell you today that even though I know we're getting close to the summer and everyone's going to get excited up north, I'm not saying you can't go up north for the summer or enjoy summer. But remember, winter comes again. Winter comes again everywhere except in Florida. The only bad part of Florida, I call it how it is hurricane season, but only really September. 80% of the hurricanes take place in September. So what should you do? Live in Florida and take a vacation in September out of town. Okay. But I want to tell you this. When you're packed at the Jersey Shore and all the big chicks are eating funnel cakes, okay, and you're on the boardwalk, okay, and the rides are old, the vibe is old, and you want to go somewhere that has modern sex appeal, I want you to come to South Florida. God bless you. Marcel, 99-cent Dollar Tree super chat. What I can tell you is this. Shout out to the Dollar General, y'all. I appreciate all of it, and I'm very thankful, Marcel. God bless you, and thank you. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Wendy. Never take for granted what you have. You can lose it all. Now, guys, even when you're thankful, you can still lose it all. But I want to tell you this. If you're at least thankful for when you have it, if God forbid you lose it all, you will never regret how you handled it. Okay. And again, chances are you're probably never going to lose it all. There's a saying that says 99% of what we worry about kind of never happens. Okay? Now, once in a while, guys, shit hits the fan, okay? I'm not going to lie about that. But many times, it's not. So enjoy your life as best you can. Keith, you know my dream. Oh, I know it's the same dream I had, brother. I'm living that dream right now. But I have goals. That's right. Because dreams without goals are just dreams. That's right. Do things in order. Do things in order. That's the difference between a dream, dreaming, and doing. Doing goals or do things in order. Good job. Sell your house before you buy another house. Wendy, we should love ourselves. Damn voice chat. That's all right. I got it. Yeah, Marcel, dollar bill, y'all, $1. All right, let's go back live chat comments. Shout out to all my members. Thank you. Marcel was talking about, that's a large sum, talking to Jesse about $2,500 a month, a rent. Unless you get married and have kids, whoa, or live in Brooklyn, it's not worth paying that much more than $1,000 for housing. I'm not sure I totally get that one. Yeah, for me, guys, I don't want to live up north. But now, does anyone want to live up north? I don't know, man. I don't know. I hear you though. Pluto, brother, always good to see you. Same to you, man. Shout out to California. Shout out to you. Shout out to Tariq, your brother. I'm not going to rent a car for another month. There you go. Get your money bag right. There's 2 reasons you'll lose money in life. Too much risk or living above your means. And even if you can afford it, $1,600 a month to rent a car for more than 6 months is just a waste of money. So, you could buy a Chevy Spark for $12,000 and, you pretty much, it's paid for itself in fucking like 4 months, basically, So, good job, brother. He goes, let's see I'm curious, what kind of car you could get, man? He goes, I'm not going to rent a car for another month. I'm renting, okay, you go to an apartment. I'm renting an apartment, Airbnb, okay, until car rentals go down. Yeah, if you don't want to buy a car, then you can do that. You can rent an apartment. I'm going to miss being a nomad. Well, that's okay. Because, look, if you're just renting, look, for me, the nomad life, yes, it does mean you don't have a permanent place to go back to. But for me, at the real essence of a nomad life, the essence is living life on your terms. Okay? Living a simplified life focused on your best life. For me. And so, don't feel shame in getting off the road if you still feel you can accomplish living your best life, okay? Living a simple life in another way. Because there is nothing wrong with that. And I love you, Pluto. I think a lot of you, man. So like I told Wendy, you change as much as you need to until you figure it out for you. Never forget it, Marcel. In the States, you need good insurance. Yeah, that's the one thing that other first world countries have, other than America, universal health care. We'll probably get there one day. In America, the very elderly have Medicare, the very poor have Medicaid, and those disabled, same thing, they have Medicaid. So, but the middle class in their working years, if they get laid off, which I've been, you have to pay for your own health insurance, or you can lose everything. It's number 1 cause of bankruptcy in America. And for me to pay my own health insurance for a basic shitty plan for a single person would be like $500 a month. So Cobra was like $800 a month. That was years ago. That was crazy when I was working in construction. Twister, $2 super chat. What's up, brother? Hang in there, man. Turn that frown upside down, man. You want me to script for you? Shout out, I know, Twister. I know life's a shithole. Sometimes it's a glorious palm tree in a bikini. Hang in there until you can see bikinis again. Hopeful in California, trees, California life. What I can tell you is this. I tell you every time we talk about location, if Florida goes under the sea, I'm coming to Southern Cal. Why? It's the next best thing. If there's 50 states and Florida goes down, okay, then I have to choose one of the other 49 states. Okay. Am I going to go to Alaska? No. Shout out to ESP. Am I going to go to Idaho? No. Shout out to Juicy Jeff. Am I going to go to Michigan? No. Am I going to go to Minnesota where Vicky was from? She's hopeful in California? No. Am I going to go to New Jersey? Only to see my mother in the fall. So where would I go to live 90% of the year? I would go to Southern Cal. I'd see my man Big Plan Dan. Okay. I'd see a mural of Tupac. Would I smoke a blunt and look at the Pacific Ocean? No. But I may date an Asian chick. Okay. I don't know. But I want to tell you this. Okay. That I need to be where it's warm and where there's an ocean. Wherever that may be. So if you ask yourself, will Inspirational Nomad ever come to my town and do a video? I want you to ask yourself this question. Is it warm where you live, and is there an ocean by where you live? I want to tell you this. If you live in Orlando, I'm not coming. Because it's warm, but you don't have ocean. I want to tell you this. If you live in Oklahoma, I'm not coming. If you live anywhere, guys, even if you live on the west coast of Florida, I'm sorry, I'm not coming. The Gulf of Mexico is not the ocean. It's the backwash of the ocean. I hate to say it. It's true. The only way you get the ocean, the energy, the waves, is in the Atlantic Ocean, guys. Gulf of Mexico, guys, it's like very low energy, guys. Sanibel Island, guys. It's a funeral home. Like, guys, you ever been to say it's a funeral? I'd say it. Okay. So, I went to Naples, guys. I was in the rich section of Naples. You can't even see the ocean. You can't even see the Gulf of Mexico. It's fucking disaster. I saw the sunrise. I eventually got there, but it's not like the east side of Florida, man. Okay. Like, I know I got this one YouTuber I watch. This guy's a stripper more than me. He's like, used to be a model. Now he's got all these ugly chicks wanting to get with him because he wears Speedos. He wears sunglasses. He's losing his hair, though. That's all right. You know, I tell him just shave your head, man. But he got a different look. So now his plan, okay, is to go travel around Florida and show all these people to Florida. I've already been to all these spots. And what I can tell you guys is you're going to find out most of them are shills. But he's a little bit more different than me. He's generic. Now, he bought Bitcoin at 23,000, so he's not that dumb. Okay. Now, however, it may go back 23,000. I got no idea. Okay. I want to tell you this tonight. If you lose it all, you'll be back to stripping. Okay. So you better stay in shape. Okay. Because at any time, you may have to get back on that pole. Never forget it. You know, to pick up the tools again and like work with your hands. Well, I wouldn't want to do it. And believe me, I'm going to do everything I can not to, but, you know, I would do what I have to do. Okay, that's what you do when you lose it all. Okay. You know, but what can you do? Now, let's take hydration break, go back live comments. Huh. Yeah, Twister says he saw a picture of Galveston Beach. I literally thought it was a sewer. Nah, that shit true. Like, guys, if you see a picture of Galveston Beach, you know, it's like you can't put enough Instagram filters on that. You can't put bunny ears on that. That is the black water tank of an RV, guys. That's the backwash of the ocean. That's true. Hydration break, Keith. I love you, man. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me if you're going to the west coast of Florida. The west coast of Florida is still better than up north. I love you, Keith. Get down here, man. Keep that vision in front of you, brother. Keep it in front of you. God bless you. Thank you again. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, everyone. All right, back to live comments, guys. Forgive me. Where are we at? Yeah, Pluto, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm proud of you, man. Shout out to Tariq. I think he's still in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Alice, one of my members from Pennsylvania. Marcel, in the States, oh yeah, I read that about the health insurance. In the States, you need good insurance. In Europe, it's icing on the cake. Yeah, but like I said, the one negative, you're right. And I give you guys credit. I give Canada credit. Tony's from Canada. So I respect other countries that have, but the only thing is you got those cloudy fucking days. And Tony's in Canada. It's cold as fuck. All the Canadians still down here in Florida. They're coming back up, though. They're getting ready. Like in the middle of April, the migration up north starts. So we're right like the first week of April. Everyone's starting to get everyone's trying to finish up getting their vaccine in Florida, doing all this shit, you know what I mean? And then they're going to migrate back up. It's true. Jesse O at Marcel. I lived in Boston. I visited Boston. I did a video on Boston, my early on YouTube channel, still up there. Jesse says she lived in Boston, and I was making decent money. Boston's got some good job opportunities with salary and trading side hustles. Plus, I thought, my ex, that'll make you lose some money. I hate exes. Would be paying half. Yeah, what happened to that plan? That part, a whole other story. I know that's right. Yeah, that's a whole other story. Life sucks. Well, I understand. But we got to go forward. You know this. Jesse, you're a fighter. Thank God for you got rid of that baggage. You're a fighter. Pluto. But now I also, but he goes, but now I also lost the extra 1K from DoorDash since I will have no car. Yeah, that's a negative. I'm not going to lie about you. Because even me, when I look at a Class B, the major deterrent is I would potentially cut off 2K a month in DoorDash. Now, I haven't done DoorDash in a year. But, so I still kind of say, well, maybe I got enough buffer where, but I like the idea if I lose everything as far as like I lose my job, things get tough, I could DoorDash right now, right in this car. Because I could easily make 2K a month down South Florida easily if I hustled it. I already did it. D, welcome to the All Access Chat. This is the most non-committal relationship you'll ever be in. I want anyone to tell me what relationship can you have all access to a person for under $10 a month and you can cancel it at any time. There is no relationship cheaper where you get more value and you have least commitment. Not your cell phone plan, not your Airbnb, damn sure not your car rental in California. There is no non-committal value that you get like this channel membership. In my opinion, I'm selling it now. I'm not going to lie. But I got to sell it. I'm the fucking person doing it, okay? What I want to tell you is, D, welcome. Welcome as we go forward, and I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Love and appreciation to you. Enjoy that unlimited chat. We're on fire tonight. Smith, $2 super chat. Damn, Sam, you was right. Brazilian took you my whole 1,400. Hey, sometimes, well, I want to say most of the time, we lose our money trying to double our money, okay? The best way to keep your money is to keep it in your pocket, okay? And you say, well, hold on, you got memberships. Guys, $9.99 with no commitment versus losing $1,400 for fucking with the wrong person, buying the wrong investment. Come on, guys. You're the one falling for the banana in the tailpipe, and you can still watch for free. Guys, you are the one scamming yourself. Like, a lot of times we want to say the pastor did it, the president did it. The truth is, most of us, including me at times, the reason we lose it all is not because of society. It's not because of a crooked person. Most of the time, it's because we took too much risk, or what was the other thing I said? Well, let's just stick on too much risk. There was something else I said. I forgot the other principle. I remember there was a guy my mom knew, and he had invested like $60,000 with this other guy. But like Bernie Madoff, this other guy promised him like 15% guaranteed. And the guy basically ripped him off. But I remember saying, like, look, if anyone gives money and doesn't do research and expects a guarantee of return, it's like, you're kind of doing it to yourself. There's way too much risk. There's no guarantee of anything. There's no guarantee Bitcoin goes up. There's no guarantee anything goes up. Now, there's nothing wrong. I hope it does go up, but it's not guaranteed. Okay. Now, look, there's sometimes I got squeezed out of margin, not because of me, because there was mass short sellers on there that was behind the scenes. So it is true, sometimes we get screwed by the system. However, what we have to learn is we got to mitigate our risk, okay, as best we can. Now, eventually, this guy got his money back because the wife of the scam guy basically said, look, give this guy the money back. So, there was two ways you lose money, taking too much risk or dating the wrong person. So I think that's what I said. I don't remember. All right, let's go back to live comments. We're on fire, guys. Pluto was talking about where was I? Because I thought I was talking about Pluto. Oh, no, did I miss him? Yeah, I missed a couple comments. I missed the one Pluto said, brother. Oh no, but at least I provided for myself. I did. Yeah, oh no, I read that part. But yeah, you're providing for yourself, Pluto. I'm proud of you. Marcel, I read that. Jesse, I read that. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about, Pluto with the car. Yeah, try to keep your transportation. Your car is a horse. Back in the day, cowboys made money by having a good horse. Okay. There was a saying that don't put the cart before your horse. Don't put your Airbnb before your car. Why? Because your car makes you money. Your Airbnb takes your money. You said, well, I don't want to buy a new car. Well, guys, a Chevy Spark, a brand new one's like 12 grand. Okay. I mean, that's like 3 months worth of Airbnb. You can get a used car. I'm not really a used car guy. Not because I'm above it, but because like I'm always done. But you could probably get one for 5 grand that should run. But again, you finance a Chevy Spark or a Kia Soul. If I had no car and I wanted to get the cheapest cost-effective car and I had decent credit and a job, I would get a Kia Soul GT line with the sunroof. 20 grand. Finance that. They finance them up to 7-8 years. Try to get 0% down. A couple $100 a month or whatever. That's a go. And that'll pay for itself if you're door dashing heavy. Definitely. Yeah, that's a business expense, man. You got to keep that horse, man. You need that horse, man. That's how you make your money back. Or at least have another option for money back. I love you, Pluto. Yeah, but you need shelter. You need shelter to survive. So, if you need the Airbnb, you need it. But you know what I'm saying. All right, back live comments. Marcel, Jesse. I can relate from a young age. I used to be in the midst of getting married. Now, I realize societal pressure does not serve your best interests. You know what I've learned, Marcel? You want to know what serves your best interest in life? Do you really want to know? It's called a sock, brother. Okay. Today, I masturbated to some beautiful Filipino porn. Okay. And what I can tell you guys is I masturbated. Okay. And you say, that's disgusting. I don't want to hear that. Hey, guys, look. To me, what's disgusting is you're sleeping in separate rooms. That's disgusting to me. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what's disgusting? Okay. Divorce. You know what's disgusting? That you have someone else in your life that you basically hate, but you got to stay together. So what I can tell you is this. I will keep preaching the message that, some people want to crucify me for. Hate to say it on Good Friday. That the sock is your best friend. For my men out there. They say, I'm a woman. Well, I say, put your dildo in your sock. Because I still believe in safe sex, even if you're in menopause. What I want to tell you tonight is that you have to learn to self-care your life. Okay. And some people don't want to hear self-care. And what I can tell you is, I don't care what they want to live here. I don't live in their house, okay? I don't sleep in separate rooms with them. I never forget it. And I miss Smith. $2 super chat. We're about to hit the Dollar Tree heavy. Those people who got scammed by Murdoch were greedy. Hate to say it. To a certain degree, Smith kind of nailed it. Good job, Smith. Good job. D's the new member to show us details in real estate. Well, I missed some things that you must have left a comment. I got to get back to leave comments, guys. D says, love your rides. You take us through Florida. Okay, the ones I show you the real estate, thank you. D, there is more of them coming. If you want to see Florida, if you want to see cheap housing, watch my playlist, watch my channel, and watch the future. Because I'm going to base the channel on what I've been basing it on. A lot of Florida, a lot of simple living, the nomad life, masturbating a sock, okay, and life lessons that will change you for the better. At least I believe in my opinion. However, if I upset you, this ain't a marriage. You can cancel me at any time. And that is, to me, guys, like some of you want to like a cell phone plan that you're not committed, like gym membership, you're not committed. There is no better non-committal value play in the world than guys. I mean, the channel membership's popping. I mean, in my opinion. All right, let's go back to live comments. I was feeling myself. I know, I apologize. I feel myself a little bit. All right, back to live comments. Marcel, in America, especially let me put that. Oh, Smith. Proverbs 21:17. What's that one? Proverbs 21:25. Proverbs 21:19. Damn. Well, let's take a look at that because Proverbs is my favorite book in the Bible. Why? Because it's not about a lot of religion. It's just basic common sense. Okay. And I think the world would do very good in life to focus on basic common sense. Why? Because common sense is uncommon. Okay. We're going to look at one of them, and then we're going to go back to live comments. Proverbs 21:17. Whoever loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that fully. I will say, yeah, too much pleasure without self-control is not good. However, I will say, this is Samuel, the third book of Samuel, because Samuel already had two books in the Bible. Again, if people killed other people in the Bible and they wrote a book, I believe I could write a book. So my book is whoever does not love your sock and masturbate in it daily will be poor. Okay, you're going to become poor. And the other part is whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. Yeah, look, guys, if you're a drunk, if you have an addiction, yeah, addictions, that's the other thing. There's two things that will steal your money, cause you to lose it all. Addictions or too much risk. Yeah, that was it. Good job, Smith. Good job. All right, guys, back live comments. We're on fire tonight, guys. And girls. Thank you again, Wendy. Thank you, everyone. Oh, yeah, I read that DoorDash. Jesse, yeah, I read the Marcel. Marcel, in America, especially in the conservative states. I'm in a conservative state. I'm in Florida. And I like it. I'm not going to lie. Now, if I didn't grow up in New Jersey, I probably wouldn't have the greatest career. I'm not going to lie. All the people from up north took their money. They came down south. That's true. Guys, Florida is owned by Northerners. That's true. Okay. So what I can tell you is this. All the broke people, guys, they're in the middle of nowhere. Okay. So what I can tell you is this, guys. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Why? Because, guys, I'm living in a car. Okay. So you can live whatever life you want to live. It's all about how you carry yourself. Because bottom line, guys, is I'm Eddie Murphy and Coming to America. Okay. I'm mopping the floors in McDowell's. But, guys, I'm basically the prince. Okay. Not because I'm above anyone, but because I'm not scared to do a basic thing and still carry myself as royalty. Not because I'm better than anyone, but because I'm not beneath anyone. And if you don't get that, thumbs down, because you're a piece of shit. Your parents were a piece of shit. And everyone knows, guys, if there is an afterlife, we pretty much know where you're going. You're already there now. So, fucking, you know, just keep going. You're on the right track. I'm not going to try to save everyone, guys. Even Jesus said there'll be weeping and gnashing of the teeth. So, you know what I say? Weep on, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. You don't care, I don't. Good job. He goes, in America, and don't forget, Florida passed, by 2026, we're going to have $15 an hour minimum wage. That's true. Hey, guys, Florida already got to 15? Thank you. People are expected to be married by their mid-20s. It produces a lot of work drones. Well, guys, don't forget, the southern states, their economy was farming. That's why they wanted slavery to continue. That was the Civil War, because they got cheap, free slave labor. And what I can tell you is, you know, the biggest subsidized industry in the country? Farming. Farming is subsidized by the taxpayers. Farming's welfare. Okay, that's what it is. So what I would tell you is this. There is a culture of leave me alone but subsidize my crops. There is a culture of they had kids to tend the farm, and when their kids couldn't take care of it, they had slaves. Okay, so that is, and now, you know who tends the farm in America today? Not slaves, immigrants from Mexico. That's true. So what I can tell you is this, guys. This is the reality of life. And you know who doesn't want to tell you that? Someone from Sarasota riding in his pickup who inherited money from a crooked agricultural company. He's good with coding, but he's got the soul of the devil. Okay? That's right. And what I can tell you is this, guys. Hey, teach your own. Tony, 10 years ago, I lost my job. I'm sorry to hear that. My marriage, my sister died. And I hit rock bottom. I'm sorry to hear that. Took a few years to get stable. Full-time work. I spent 24 hours a day worrying I would lose the new job. Nah, that's a real thing. Tony, I appreciate you, man. You've been very strong and loving. That's a message of hope. You know, is that someone who bottomed out and just kept going, kept showing up. And that's one of the biggest messages I can share. I cannot say the pain that you feel in life is not real. But what I can say is the only way to get past it is to keep going as best you can. Okay. And you will feel joy again. It may be different, but you will feel joy again. There may be some bad people, but remember, the bad people have 20 profiles. Remember, the good people outweigh the bad people. And remember that people will give you an opportunity if you apply yourself you work hard, and you stay out of trouble. And the only people who wouldn't give you an opportunity are people who basically are bad people. But again, I believe through my experiences that there are more good people than bad. And I have seen it. I still get discouraged with human nature. But what I want to tell you is keep going. Don't give up. Good job, Tony. Over the last 7 years, I have saved, invested, lived below my means, learned new skills on the job, and now I'm finally feeling good about life. I hope you guys and girls are listening to Tony. 7 years this guy's been grinding. And I know he probably felt, he shared basically, I felt his pain when he shared that. He bottomed out. He had death to deal with. He had financial devastation. And you know what he did? He showed up and kept plowing. And Tony, love to you, brother. Appreciate you, and I appreciate your story. Marcel, you're strong. You pulled through it. Amen. Marcel, I've taken my beatings from life. There you go. But I never gave up. The people that refuse to throw in the towel are survivors. I agree with that. I called someone a survivor yesterday. I don't know how to say this. Birkanakuyu, survivors prove me right. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Maybe I don't know what that means. Wendy, thank you again. That was very generous of you, Wendy. And thank you for coming back. I appreciate you and on your tenacity. Thank you for the tat comment. I appreciate that. Wendy, had to change back, messed with with the name change. Like I say, change as many times as you need to, Wendy or anyone, because it's your life and you don't need to justify it to anyone else. Never forget it. Keith, thank you again, brother. Keep your vision of Florida in front of you. Wendy, laughing. Laughter's good for the soul. It's okay to feel yourself. Well, thank you. I love looking at myself too. Hey, that's a good way to masturbate. We should love ourselves. I agree with that. 100 emoji. Great job, Wendy. Marcel, Dollar Tree Super Chat. Damn it, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Wendy, we should love ourselves. Damn voice text. I got that. I got the context of the message. I totally agree. Excellent comment, Keith. Yep, we talked about this already. But yeah, I know your dream is to get to Florida and be where I'm at. And what I can tell you is, guys, I like where I'm at. Life's not perfect. I still have my bad days in Florida. Florida's not for everyone. It's for me. And what I can tell you is everyone's got to figure out what's for them. Marcel, Dollar Tree, man. Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm very grateful. Love to you, brother, and appreciation. Twista, I hope your frown is turned upside down. And from your last super chat, I believe it has. And if it has, then I've done my job. The stripper will be getting off the pole soon. Good job. Vicky, hopeful in California. You did the right thing. Why? Because I think anytime you move from Minnesota to anywhere, I think there's nothing but upside. I often talk about mitigating risk. Now I say, look, if you live in Minnesota, really you can choose anyone. You can really choose any one of the 49 states, and pretty much you'd be okay. Just about any other one you'd be fine. Definitely California a lot better. Twista. It's a happy face. Wow. Oh, okay. Well, damn, you turned it. All right. That's all I like to hear. Happy face. Yay. Twista. Now that I've experienced Cali's pretty good. I just have to test out Florida. Well, when you come, don't go to Ocala. Go to Southeast Florida. Living by the beach, whole different vibe. Has been a dream for a while. It's my dream. That's like 30% of the reason I came to Cali. Yeah, I'd tell you this. To me, what's the percentage reason the beach I came to Florida? I would say 50%. The other, I would say 50 or 40%. The other high percentage is the main reason I came to Florida is the warmest state in the United States of America in the winter, period. More than Cali, more than anywhere. And that's why I came. Then the next is the beach. Then the next is Latino Mills. Jesse O, $5 super chat. We're getting it all back. Too much? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. There's two things that will cause you to lose everything. Everyone who came in the live chat late, I want you to listen to this. Jesse O reminded us. There's two things in life that will make you lose everything. It's addictions and too much risk. Mitigate your risk. And I know addictions are not easy, so I'm not going to say just get rid of them, but get in a support group. You got to fight that thing every day. You fall, you get back up, and do the best you can. Thank you, Jesse. Custom member only dropped a mic emoji. I will never forget these words. I appreciate you reminding me, because I forgot. Shit, I forgot the words I spoke. Yes, true. Stay aware of these two areas. Yeah, I appreciate you reminding us. You won't be destitute or in jail, God willing, unless a psychopath come up to your all-night gas station and you got to taser him. I hope that never happens. I love you, Jessica. Thank you very much. My first ever member, y'all. All right, let's take out this break. Huh. Oh, it's amazing, guys. We're on fire. Good Friday, everyone. All right, back left comments. Twister, if you come to LA, we need to have lunch on me. Well, I appreciate that generous offer, but I always want to be honest with you guys. I will probably never do a meet and greet. It's not because it's disrespect. It's because I don't trust anyone. Number one, I'm not gonna lie, and number two is I'm alone 99% of the time because that's just who I am. Not out of disrespect. So I hope you can understand that and still love me. If you can't, I understand that too. But that I want to be honest with you. That way, I don't want to lead people astray. Like, you guys know, like, there's no shot of you dating me and us having kids. Not going to happen. And there's no shot of us, like, going out to dinner. Not because I don't respect and appreciate you, but because I'm a loner and I don't trust people. It's not that it's right, but that's, like, kind of how I feel. But I love you and I respect you. Because if I didn't love and respect you, I wouldn't say it. Like, I'm not trying to, like, it's just not who I am. I think you understand that. I hope you understand it. Twister, I've seen pictures. Oh, yeah, the Galveston Beach is a shithole. That's true. Keith, got to get back to work hydration. Break. Oh, yeah, gotta stay hydrated, brother. Keep working, get your ass down the floor. Twister's laughing, go left, subscribe. And I understand that. There's no commitment. Marcel, I got love for the farmers, but you farmers, you know I broke it down. Most farmers are corporations now anyway, so they're publicly traded companies. So, you know. Marcel, Canary Islands is pretty sick. Guys, I'm in Florida. I'm in the Caribbean, but I got the first world country infrastructure. Why go to the Canary Islands? Florida's pretty sick in my opinion. I was down there a couple years ago. You ever been to Southeast Florida? You can swim and surf in Atlantic. Go to a third world island. God, I know it's like good by the resort area, but why would you just come to Southeast Florida? Yeah, that's all. Good job. Smith, $2 super chat. Thank you again. You was right. You had a Brazilian ticket for the 14. Hey, guys, you know, the Brazilian, look, anyone will take you. What I can tell you is this. Sometimes in life, we got to learn the hard way, and that's okay. Twister, if this channel was stocks, oh, yeah, I would have bought 10,000 shares after that pitch. Well, I appreciate that, guys. And I'll tell you right now, if I had to list my stock price, okay, it'd be $50 a share. Why? Because I'm not pricing no penny shares. Like some people have channel memberships, 99 cents. Shit, you might as well not even have memberships. After you pay taxes and YouTube, you didn't even adjust for inflation. Guys, if inflation keeps on the rise, my $9.99 is going to be worth 99 cents. So they didn't put any business sense into their memberships, guys. No, this ain't the Dollar Tree, man. I price my stock at least at $50 a share, man. D, I love your rides. You take us to Florida. Well, thank you, D. There's more to come. I did some today. Twister, $9.99. Very cheap. Once a month, guys. People got 14. The plate I'm eating, yeah, it's $16.21. That's for one meal after tax. Good job, Twister. Wendy, universal law, you have to give to receive. I give to charities. Well, I had a charity one time, and I don't think well, let me keep reading. I give to charities as well as saints. I give you credit for that. But, but it's also good to keep the money flowing, yep, because it'll come back. Now, you're probably right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Recently, I have done what you've done. Recently, I haven't given no one, okay? And I don't plan to. Because the way the Federal Reserve giving money to everyone, I'll say, shit, they don't need my money, okay? The nonprofits got bailed out with the PPE, okay? Everyone got bailed out with the stimulus. So I'm saying to myself, shit, I'm going to keep my money in my pocket. So, but I'm not going to say you are right with the overall philosophy of, but to give back in a first world country, you got to be very careful. Now, again, if you want to tip a stripper, that's capitalism. But if you want to give to a charity, that means you're trying to make a positive change in society. And what I found out, guys, is when you give to like, you can name anything. When you give to like feed the homeless, that doesn't go to feed the homeless. Guys, that goes to like fucking corporation and administrative fees. You know who feeds the homeless? The government. EBT cards, subsidized housing, that government. So the government who prints money. So why do they need my money if they're already doing it? They don't. Okay. So like the other scam is like give to, I don't know, like some people like the adoption dog centers. That may work. I don't know, man. That may. But like all the other shit's a scam. I can't think of any nonprofit that is worth its weight in gold. No, I can't. I understand like a lot of people like to help the animals. That'd probably be the biggest one that maybe. But most of the people I found that like to help the animals, it's some psychopath chick. Yeah. And, but look, I love animals, guys. But you know how I help the animals? Every day I go into the park, I feed the squirrels, I feed the pelicans. Why would I give to I just go do it myself. That's how I feel. I always got with me a can of unsalted peanuts. And when I go sometimes and I go live at Vida Loca, I get some salmon. I take some extra salmon, I throw it at the pelican. Well, I give it to the pelicans. They open their beak. Guys, I'm basically operating as a charity. It's true. Twisted. I love that, Wendy. We all have our own charities. I agree with that, though. Smith. Those people who got scammed. Oh, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, we're greedy. Yeah, they were a little bit. Yeah, when I show you the real estate in Florida, there's more coming. Thank you. Kathy! Hey, Kathy. Hey, Sam, what's up? We're doing the best we can. How are you, Kathy? Shout out to Chicago. Twin says laughing. Go laughter's good for the soul. Smith, yeah, we read one of those proverbs. Thank you very much, brother. Wendy! Preach Sam on the real. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your love. Keep being you and doing you. You're very positive. Don't give up. Yeah, and Jesse reminded us, because I forgot. Even though I said it, I forgot. She goes, there's two things that'll basically cause you to lose it all. Number one, too much risk. Number two, addictions. And Custom dropped a mic emoji, and you nailed it. Jesse, you nailed it. Marcel, just to clarify, oh yeah, I didn't know what this meant. The Barakanuku survivors are those who survived the most brutal concentration camp during World War II. Okay, in Europe? Okay. Yeah, well, I appreciate you sharing it. I didn't know what that was. So World War II, that refers to Hitler and the concentration camp with mainly the Jewish people. So how Hitler came to rise, if you read it, I read it, like how does this guy come to rise? Basically, after World War I, we let Germany basically become a destitute land so there's some philosophy that says America shouldn't get involved in any other business. But you have to remember, that's kind of the lesson we learned after World War I. If we just let lands become destitute and go crazy, then there's an uprising of extremism. You know that do you know that America backed bin Laden in Afghanistan when they fought against the Russians? And then later on, when the Russians got defeated, we left Afghanistan and we left a power vacuum and extremists rised, Taliban, etc. And then, so every time there isn't a level, now, because again, I don't believe America should be micromanaging other companies. Every country should have their own freedom. But now we're a global nation, we're a global world, we're all humanity. Now as humanity, anytime there's one area on the planet that we all share, we saw that with the coronavirus, right? We all share a planet. If you leave a land to get too bad, eventually it affects all of humanity. So and I'll be the first to admit it, America overstepped its bounds, Europe, but so did other countries. There's a lot of chaos, guys, because there's a lot of Middle Eastern countries too. They play the game. Everyone plays the game, okay? But what I'm trying to tell you is the good people, because most of the wars are not created by the regular people of those regular countries. It's the power people. You can name the country. I can tell you that it's not. Guys, do you really think like the regular people from the countries hate the other regular people? No. It's just that they have to go along with whatever their, kind of government says most of the time. So, that's how, unnecessary shit happens, All right, let's continue. Good comment. Thank you for letting me know. And forgive me for saying that wrong because I didn't know. And I know that's a lot of pain when we talk about World War II. And, when we talk about slavery, when we talk about different things, there's a lot of pain in a culture where there is a devastating thing. And every culture has its own unique pain. Obviously, I talk about it because I think if you don't have a conversation about it, but obviously, I only have a certain perspective of it, right? Every person and every collective group has their own perspective based on their own experience, okay? And that's part of like that global conversation that everyone has a voice in, because I don't have every perspective in the world. I just have my own, okay? So, now again, I'm a loner. So, I'm not like, I want to add value, but also, everyone's got to figure it out a little bit themselves, Thank you, Smith. I love your teddy bear life. Well, thank you. I didn't even see that. It's contagious. Well, hey, I appreciate that. Compliment ain't bad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes people say to me, Sam, well, what happens when a gay person gives you a compliment? I said, thank you. I don't care. Hey, look, to me, it's like, thank you. I'm not getting with anyone, guys. I won't get with J-Lo. I won't get with a transgender. I'm not getting. Why? Because I want to go back to what I was saying to earlier. Guys, a sock is your best friend. Okay. And for me, I like to be single. Good job. Thank you, D. Nomads follow the harvest seasons in the U.S. Do they? I don't know. I mean, maybe some broke ones, because harvest season is hard. Most nomads, they follow maybe you're referencing the weather patterns. Maybe I'm interpreting your comment wrong. I'm thinking when you say harvest seasons, like people go to certain areas of the country and they become harvesters. That is not my experience for the vast majority of nomads. The vast majority of nomads are living on Social Security, disability, or donations. Vast majority. There are some that are independent contractors working for the gig economy. There are some that have money through YouTube, and there's some that do YouTube as a side hustle. But there, to me, is like 1% of nomads actually go and pick harvest based on the season. Now they go to harvest hosts, where they take their $100,000 RV and they park it in a farmland that's basically a winery, and they boondock for free because they join this club, and then they buy some wine, and then they zoom in, they zoom out. That's been my experience. Good job. Marcel, Canary Islands is part of Spain, so there's universal health care. Okay. Never heard about that. I thought that was in the Caribbean in my mind. Canary Islands. Are there good-looking girls here? Damn, that's small. Let me see. I gotta zoom out. Thank you for putting me up on game here, Marcel. There's definitely some Speedos in this place, guys. I could tell this is a European spot. Oh, it's by Morocco, by Spain. I see it now. By Africa, it's by Al Jazeera. Well, I guess that's up top a little bit. It's basically by Morocco. Morocco's big, rich country. Western Safari, I don't know about that. And then it's out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So, okay, I can see that. Yeah, what that probably is probably like Palm Beach. Basically a place for rich folk and tourists. That ain't like, there's no like middle class there. That's a tourist spot, or a rich, sex island. Yeah, that's a small island. That's what that is for the Moroccans or whatever. And some people from Spain and Portugal. Yeah, that sounds like, what do they call it in Miami? Star Island. There's no regular people like working at the, at the basketball arena. Like, that's somewhere where people own basketball teams there. Good job. Twister. When I first came to LA, I gave a homeless man 2 Nutri-Grain bars. Yeah, he probably pawned them for some drugs or alcohol. He looked at them for 5 seconds. Yeah, threw them across the interstate. Yeah, you don't know the street, man. Yeah, they don't want that damn Nutri-Grain bar. You're damn right. Wendy, we worlds apart on that one. I don't even remember what I said. I know for a fact it works. Oh, you talking about the charities? Yeah, well, I'm not mad at you. Like I say, I only have one perspective, guys and girls. I totally recognize that I don't have every perspective. So, and that's why I tell everyone, you got to do you. This is just my perspective. I appreciate what you're saying. Nublia, I want to buy some land. Well, all right. Hey, look, that to me, that just sounds like I want a girlfriend. And what I caution you on is be careful what you want. You just may get it. Okay, so just be careful. I'm not saying land can be a blessing. But what I want to tell you is this, guys. Be careful. Okay, good job. Marcel, I don't know about the woman. It is mostly tourists. Yeah, that's what I thought. Tourists and Britain and Germany, rich folk. And when I was there, on my surf trip. Yep, tourists and rich people. That's what that looks like. Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. All right, guys and girls, I read everything. I did the best I could. Okay, I probably made you happy 90% of the time, and 10% of the time I said something you didn't like. And what is that? That's a relationship. However, that's a virtual relationship where you're not committed to me, I'm not committed to you. Imagine if we lived to each other, that 10% of the time where I got on your nerves, eventually that accumulates. And eventually the 10% of the time that you get on my nerves, that accumulates. And then you know what happens? We got to go our separate ways. Why? Because I don't want to live like this anymore, okay? And what I can tell you is this, guys, divorce is the most expensive thing, but it's better to lose it all and have peace of mind than to be sleeping on a separate couch. That's my opinion. Last comments here. Marcel, I read that. Oh, D says good night. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. My newest member. Thank you, D. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. God willing.